Hi everyone, my name is Ana Martha Ayala and I'd like to welcome you to my YouTube channel. In this video today, I am going to make a synastry analysis of Taylor Swift with Harry Styles. This was requested by one of the viewers who was interested in knowing why the relationship between these two didn't work out. And with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, it looks like they are headed to marriage as far as what I've seen on Google, right, on the website. So, in this video, I am going to remind you that synastry does not guarantee that the relationship is going to work out. It doesn't, astrology can't guarantee the outcome. It can just show you how you relate emotionally, how you communicate, if there's chemistry, and if there is potential for a long-term relationship or not. All right, so just having that as the basis, right? The ground rules. I am going to share my screen and I will go ahead and discuss each of their charts because I do have the birth time for both of them now. Now, this is Taylor's chart, and I got the birth time from a friend of mine that he gave me her birth time. I don't know how he found out, but you know, he does know. So, Taylor is a Sag sun at 21 degrees, which is the degree of Sag. So she's a double Sag. Her moon is in Cancer at 1 degree, which is the Aries degree, and she is a Scorpio rising at the 25th degree. So that's also the degree of Aries. She's a very go, 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 go person, right? Now, um, the modern ruler of Scorpio is Pluto, which is in the 12th house. And the old ruler or the traditional ruler of Scorpio is Mars. And Mars is at the 26th degree. So that's the degree of Taurus. Taurus rules music. Now, she has what we call a stellium. A stellium is when you have three or more planets um, in a sign. So she has a stellium in Capricorn. She has four planets, and she has a stellium of five planets in the second house. So this young lady works a lot because it's Capricorn. Capricorn is all about work, about discipline, about structure, putting in the long hours. You know, you want to be successful, etc. Right? And she has what is called the billionaires aspect, or at least a multi-billion millionaire aspect, because she has Pluto trining Jupiter. So she works a lot, but she also invests her money and she's doing very well financially. Um, she is also very grounded, very responsible because of all those planets in Capricorn. You know, she likes tradition. Um, it's she's basically a Sag sun, but she has a lot of Capricorn because when you have this, when the stellium, you can say that the person, how do you call it, acts like a Capricorn because there's so much concentration of planets in Capricorn. All right, so keep that in mind. Now, I wanted to talk about Harry Styles, and this is the young man that I will be talking about. Apparently, they have a relationship. When you go down here, um, it says, where is it? I found it. Public image, fashion, personal life. He's had several girlfriends, but Taylor was one of them. I think it was in 2012. I don't remember where I saw it, but here we go. Relationships. Um, with Taylor, there she is. In later in 2012. He briefly dated American singer-songwriter Taylor Swift. So this is the young man that we're going to be looking at his chart. I'm finding out a lot of stuff because he was a member of a band called One Direction. I guess like the same as like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, the boy bands. So, but he decided to go on his own, I guess. I didn't know who he was until I started to research who Harry Styles was. So anyhow, this is his chart. He was born, according to astro.com, he was born February 1st, 1994 at 12:06 a.m. All right, so he has a stellium of planets in Aquarius. He has Mars, the Sun, Venus, and Mercury, all in Aquarius. The Sun is at 11 degrees, which that means he's a double Aquarius. The Moon in Libra at 11 degrees. So also the degree of Aquarius. He is a Libra rising at 28 degrees. So that's the degree of Cancer. Now, as a Libra rising, these people tend to be very attractive, right? Either Libra sun, Libra rising, they come across being very charming, very personable, somebody who's soft-spoken, very polite, etc., right? So, and with the sun the moon in mundane astrology rules the public, right? Especially women. So you can see he has a lot of trines, right? The moon is trining Mars, trining the sun, trining Venus. So definitely women find him very attractive. He's very gifted as well. But having so many planets in Aquarius because Saturn is at 0 degrees of Pisces. Um, he's very eclectic, very different. Aquarius is everything that's unique. He won't conform to, what society says that he should do, right? Aquarius rules rebellions, it rules freedom. So even though he's a Libra, um Aries axis for relationships. So he will eventually settle down. This young man will be very hard to tie down into a traditional marriage type relationship. Aquarius is more like friends with benefits, just so you ladies know. But anyhow, he does with that Libra moon, relationships are important to him. But he likes his freedom as well. All right. So what I did was I looked at the synastry between both of them. And if you saw the other video that I did with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, um, Travis didn't have these little lines, right? Because Taylor is the inner circle and Harry is the outer circle. They both have these little lines, which are the cusp of the houses, right? Because I have both of their birth times. If you see the other video that I did of Travis, then these are blank because I didn't have his birth time. So when I look at this chart, and this is again, it's called Synastry. You can go on astro.com and just click on Synastry and pick the person that you want to compare yourself to, and this is what's going to appear. One of the so we analyze the chart for emotions, right? For you see what's the emotional traits, the communication, the chemistry, if there's going to be a long-term relationship or not. So with the first thing you look at is the sun. The sun he has in Aquarius, she is a Sag sun. So by sign, they're in sextile, not by degrees, because she has a 21-degree sun and he's an 11-degree sun. So that's like too far. It's 10 degrees for sextiles. You have to be either right there or within like 2 degrees, 3 degrees tops, right? So, but they saw things pretty eye to eye. There's an understanding, right? That this is a favorable aspect in astrology. Now, for the emotional stuff, well, hold on. Before we get there, let me go through the chemistry, which is what most people want to know. So, um, Venus and Mars are the ones that dictate the chemistry of a couple, right? And right here, you can see that her Mars conjoins his Pluto. Now, this is a very fiery combination, right? I mean, the passion was there. I could see where, um, yes, but her Mars, like I said, is in Scorpio. His Venus is in Aquarius. That's not so good for chemistry, but this Mars and Pluto is very passionate, very like, oh my God, you're the person and this and like things got, I'm sure, very heated. But this conjunction can also turn violent. I am not saying that that's what happened because I don't know their life and why they, things didn't work out with them. But this aspect can be very passionate, but it can also turn to violence. So I don't think that was the case. I don't know. I'm just saying what the aspect is all about. Now, what is marriage material? And a relationship, most marriages have the sun moon in the same sign. His sun is in Aquarius. Her moon is in Cancer. Her sun is in Sag, and his moon is in Libra. Again, there's a a sextile here, kind of, sort of. Again, this is 21 degrees and this is 11 degrees, so it's quite a large separation. So I wouldn't say that this is a true sextile, even though by sign it is. So I don't see the sun moon in the same sign. So that's a strike. Usually the ruler of the ascendant, right? For example, for her would be Pluto, is in the ascendant sign of uh Harry, and that's not the case either because his rising is Libra. So, and when you see the chart ruler for him would be Venus. So she doesn't have Venus in Aquarius, or she's not a sun sign that's Libra or Taurus, that type of situation. Um, I don't see that there. The ruler of the ascendant or descendant will be in the same or opposite sign. So in this case, we're talking about for him it would be Aries, Libra, Aries, and for her it would be Scorpio, Taurus, and that's not happening either. Um, they can both have the same ascendant or the opposite sign rising in both charts, right? So it's not there either. I went through like the possibilities related to the ascendants, the chart rulers of the ascendants, and they didn't have any of the combinations in a strong aspect. Okay. Now, when you take a look at their moons, which is the emotional understanding, his is a Libra moon, hers is a Cancer moon. These two signs, Libra and Cancer, are cardinal signs. So there is a square. This red line here is a square in the aspects as far as astrology is concerned. So what does this mean? Cancer moon, home, family, they want to nurture, they want to be nurtured, they want to support, they wanted to feel support, protected. Cancer is all about protecting, right? Libra is all about relationships. They're very relationship oriented, peaceful, artistic. Um, but I don't know. I have found Libras to be pretty insecure when making a decision, especially about a relationship. They're always like, if I say this and if I do that, and how is the person going to react? Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. So there's a lot of insecurity. However, this square right here to me, the emotional understanding is not there moon to moon, okay? Because of the square. Now, one good thing that they have is because Saturn is the glue that holds the couple together. Now, the ideal aspect would be Saturn trining Venus. That is present in a lot of long-term relationships. For them, they have Saturn trining the moon. So there was a harmonious balance, like the Saturn will ground the moon's emotionals, you know, up and down. She would feel support, like there was support of each other. It can indicate longevity in a relationship. That is true. However, when you look at the whole synastry chart, they only have this trine and they only have this sextile. So I don't think that it was enough for the relationship to hold long term, right? And then his Saturn to her Mars. Again, the degrees are too far apart, but if it was a closer aspect, when I see this, even if it's positive, Saturn will drain the energy of Mars or will restrict the energy of Mars. Because remember, Saturn is all about discipline, structure, obstacles, obligations, and Mars is like, I want to go, 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 and accomplish, you know, everything that I need to do. So because I have the birth times, now I can see what his planets are doing to Taylor's chart and what her planets are doing to his chart. So his stellium in Aquarius lands in her third house. So third house is all about communication, about writing. Maybe he wrote songs about her, maybe he communicated a lot with her. It's all about, you know, short trips also. You know, they could have gone on short trips. Now, for her, her planets all in the second house fall in his third house. So again, second house is the money that we make from the job that we do, and it's in his third house. So I'm thinking they maybe co-wrote a song together. I don't know because I didn't read up on what they did or didn't do. And you can see also that his third house is in her second house. So third house is also like internet commerce, like business contracts, things of that nature. So I see this relationship as a like more like a business relationship rather than a romantic relationship. The chemistry was there with this Pluto Mars, but chemistry alone is not enough to hold a relationship together, in my opinion. You need the emotional support, you need the good communication, things like that. Her Mercury is in Capricorn, his Mercury is in Aquarius. So he comes up with very unique ideas, out of this world, type of stuff. Um, Her communication is more grounded, more realistic, etc. So, and I wanted to make a comment on Harry because I did read that uh, people were questioning the way that he dresses and the way he behaves and stuff like that. This man is a really like he has a lot of planets in Aquarius, so he's going to be very different, very eclectic. Venus, the way you dress, the way you appear, whatever, he is going to be completely different than what people expect. So, and he's okay with that. He likes to be different. He won't conform to what society um has to say. He's a Uranian person, right? And Taylor is more grounded, more Capricorn, and I think that for that reason, like the Saturn moon trine was not enough to glue this relationship together. And that's why I think it didn't work out. They only have this one favorable aspect, but everything else is either it's a square. They don't have any oppositions. And the toughest aspect that you can have is a square with someone. Okay, it's a challenge that you need to overcome. So, having said this, when you compare your chart with your love interest, make sure that just two things. Number one, if your Uranus or that person's Uranus is squaring your Venus, then that's an indication of more of a love at first sight, a fling, could be a love affair. Because anytime that Uranus is aspecting your Venus, whether it's by transit or in another person's, like I said, when you compare your chart to your love interest, it doesn't last. It starts really quick. It's wonderful. It's exciting. It's different. It's new. It's typically not the person that you would fall for, like not your if you're the type of person who likes blonde, blue eyes, well, you might find you know, black hair, brown eyes like super attracted, and you're wondering, that's not my typical person that I like, right? But that's the type of aspect that Uranus can create, something that you're like, wow, so different. So whatever, nice. The other thing that I wanted to say is when you're comparing your chart with a love interest, somebody that you met, and that person's Neptune squares your Venus, that person is going to lie to you about love and about money. So you need to be aware of these things. Um, I can't tell you whether it's going to be little lies or big lies, but that's typically what happens. Oh, and I forgot to say, with Uranus squaring Venus, they will never commit to you. It's just a temporary thing. Um, you know, and if you want to have a romance, a fling, or whatever, something exciting, great. If you're looking for a long-term relationship, then say, thank you, but no. Obviously, um, I'm just telling you guys this so that because I'm finding that a lot of people lie about their, how many partners they've had. Um, they tell you, oh yes, so you're the type of person that I'm looking for, this and that and whatever. But when you compare the charts, after the fact, it's like, no, this person was not never going to commit to you, or this person lied to you about money or about sex, depending on where the Venus is, right? If it's in the Neptune, if the Neptune is in the eighth house, they're going to lie to you about their money, right? Um, and potentially sex, right? So just want you guys to know so that anybody that you meet, you always give the person a chance, you talk to them, you find out if you have things in common, etc. But keep this synastry comparison in the back of your mind and just be cautious. All right. So anyway, I hope that I explained why Taylor Swift and Harry Styles didn't make it, because they didn't have enough of the things that you need to have the potential to have a long-term relationship. Again, synastry or astrology cannot guarantee if you're going to stay together forever or if you're going to be happy. That's the other thing. All right. So I hope that you found this interesting, that this video taught you something. If it did, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with somebody that you might spare them a heartache. You never know. And I appreciate you guys for watching. If you want a natal chart reading with me, send me an email to amaastrology@aol.com, and I will see you in the next video.